Let's start with how India is shaping up. India is the only country which is growing at 7.5%. What does that mean for all of us? 22 years from now, India will be a $30 trillion economy compared to what it is today. We are a $4.2 trillion economy. So 22 years later, when India is a $30 trillion economy, where is real estate going to be? So look at all the opportunities that India is going to create, real estate is going to create. 7.5 growth, we are blessed to have great leadership. Compare this with several other countries. Even Germany had a negative growth of 0.25%. Austria also had a 0.25% negative growth. There are some other countries like Venezuela, which is in the news, which contracted by 4%. Myanmar contracted by 2.7%. So what does it tell us? Growth is not automatic for countries. Because of stable politics and several other factors going in our favor, India is doing well. And the great validation for this is several of the GCCs coming into India. Today, India is considered the GCC capital of the world. What are GCCs? GCCs are global capability centers. We have 1,850 GCCs in India and 355 in Hyderabad alone. Secondly, there was a survey done by PwC recently, as late as 2 weeks ago. It was a survey of global CEOs. And the survey said that India is the second most preferred destination for CEOs for cross-border investments. We are second only to the US. So the growth story of India is fabulous. Next 2, 3, 4 decades belong to India. I was reading one Goldman Sachs report which said that by 2075, India is going to be ahead of the US in terms of GDP. That will be a moment to cherish. Coming to Hyderabad. Hyderabad, of course, we have a very ambitious chief minister who set a target of $1 trillion by 2034. Now, Hyderabad has been honestly blessed to have great leadership over the last 30 years. As a capital of Andhra Pradesh and subsequently as a capital of Telangana, last 30 years, starting with Chandrababu Naidu Garu to Rajshekar Reddy Garu to Kiran Kumar Reddy Garu to KCR Garu and now Revanth Reddy Garu, we've had great leadership who have given this city great direction and have led the city with great vision. Now, where does Hyderabad stand? Let me tell you what validation we've got from international agencies. There's an agency called Mercer, which has voted Hyderabad to be the best living city for 6 consecutive years. Then we have one Resonance Consulting, which did a survey across all cities in the globe, and they came out saying that Hyderabad is amongst the 100 best cities to live in. Then you have Oxford Economics, which says Hyderabad will be the 4th fastest growing city by 2035. We also have Savills, which is another leading brokerage firm, which said that Hyderabad will be amongst the 10 fastest growing cities by 2033. So what does this mean for real estate? Right now, what we have seen in the last 2-3 decades in Hyderabad, I think the next decade is going to be game-changing with so much more investments going to come in. So I think with this background, of course, the present government, Revanth Reddy sir's government, the way they are going about with expansion of metro, Musi regeneration, master plan of 2050, there are so many things that are happening for the city, and of course the law and order. Law and order is simply brilliant, is right up there. Law and order is one factor which several investors look to before investing in any city. So, I was just reading about this, how progressive this government is. I was reading about these data centers. Almost 800 megawatts of data centers are under various stages of execution in Hyderabad. So in the next 2 years, we will have data centers which will be requiring 800 megawatts of power. And obviously, they are power guzzlers, and they need a lot of water for cooling purposes. So this government has decided for 800 megawatts, they require 210 crore liters of water every year. And they are going to link it to the sewage treatment plants. So it's a win-win for both. The sewage treatment goes into these cooling plants, and the water requirement for cooling for the data centers also is met. So anyway, thank you very much for all of you once again for being here.